What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another unboxing video brought to you by Bearded Kaju's Unboxing Reviews. If you guys like the channel, hit the subscribe button, give the video a like, share with everybody they think you like the content of this channel. Thanks for watching, guys. We got another review today. And actually, this is the first time I'm going to do this, actually. This is going to be like video 2/part 2 of a previous one that I've already done. As you can see, I'm wearing the appropriate attire for this because we are talking about the idol god himself, Daimajin, today. Bam! And as you can see, here is the box. For my previous video, I did not have the box for Daimajin. He was a solo just figure himself with no box. This time, I actually have the box. And as you can see with that beautiful yellow sticker on the box, it is special because it is the RIC edition. As I said in the last video with my Daimajin video, I was on the hunt for the RIC edition, and so luckily one kind of fell into my lap and everything, and I do have to thank you. I do have to thank a buddy of mine, Adrian, Godzilla Train 1090. He gave me the link to this, and I had to buy it, so I just snatched it up right away. But more with that in a little bit here. First, I'd like to talk about the box because I wasn't able to talk about the box. I had a picture about it and everything, so it's basically the same thing. Nothing too crazy. Obviously, you see it is the black print on a normal box. Nothing too crazy with the yellow sticker indicating it is a RIC. Nothing on the back or sides. So pretty plain Jane. So I won't spend too much time on it, but you know me, I love boxes. I still love keeping them with the figures and stuff, or just kind of dissecting them and see what they look like, because the box is something also, and it does mean something to the figure because people take time to make these boxes also. So I do like to at least give some time and a shout out to the people who make them, and at least give some focus to them. So I'll start with the backstory a little bit. Like I said, a good friend of mine, Adrian Settle, obviously we are co-hosts with Monsters with Attitude, and we did a show one night a couple months ago, and we were just kind of talking, after the stream and stuff, just hanging out, just chatting, live with each other. We were looking on Yahoo Japan, Bai, and he so happened to see one on there, and I was like, oh man. So he sent it to me, and yeah, I immediately bought it because I had been searching for it and everything. And I had the standard and everything, but my total goal, my number one goal, was the RIC, and this is it. So I just jumped on it. I didn't want to at the time, but I knew this was the opportunity to get it, and it was at a pretty good price too, at least that I think. So I just snatched it up, got it, and it's actually been sitting here for probably like a month maybe now. So he's been sitting, waiting to get out and stuff. So I am super excited to share it with you guys, to look at everything, because I just knew that this is exactly what my number one was for this figure. Just because I do like this character and in all generalness and stuff. So thank you, Adrian, for letting me know about this and everything. And then in turn, I sold my standard to another friend of mine, Michael Hamilton from Kaiju Ramen. I sold my standard to him, so then he got a Daimajin. So yeah, it just kind of worked for all of us and stuff. So it was pretty cool. So, but yeah, enough yapping and stuff like that. Let's get to the figure. All right, and here he is. And obviously you can see just right off the bat, you can tell that it is a different figure because he doesn't have his normal face on him. That is because one of the beauties of the RIC edition is that you get his stone face also. And I love that because this is how he looks when he's just a stone statue, in the hills and the mountains, wherever. This is the face that he has. So he doesn't look any menacing or nothing like that. Very at peace, and everything and whatnot. So um, it's really cool. I really wanted that extra head because I wanted to have this alternate piece that if I wanted to change to him, where he's a peaceful god, I can. So that was really nice to get in the Rick exclusive set. um, so other than that, everything else is the same. The arms and everything, all um, the armor and everything, the look of him, everything is exactly the same, um, which is still great because um, the figure itself is already just amazing as it is, with the great sculpt and the great paint job on it, with the browns and the bronze and like the gold washes and stuff like that, to really make it look like a statue that came to life. It's got the oxidizing green tint to it, and everything around him. So yeah, it's really great. Uh, so then his one of his weapons that he has is his sword that does come out. I believe the standard one did also, but with this one, he actually has hand that he can actually hold it. So unlike the standard, it just has a regular fist, so he can't hold it or nothing like that. So what with a Rick, he can actually hold this. So yeah, this is a figure. So let's get into the accessories and show you what it's all about. So first, what we're going to start with is I'll show a picture on screen just to kind of show you a picture of what it looked like in the box with all the accessories. But yeah, in the picture they have on the right side, and they have all different hands. There's 5 sets of hands, and most of them are for his right hand. There's only one left hand. Everything else is for his right hand. So everything is permanently dominant for the right hand for him to use. And then on the left side, you have a little human sculpt that I'll go over with a little bit later. Then you have the alternate head. You have the grappling hook. Let's start changing them out and showing you guys some of the accessories. So one of the great things about this particular figure is that with this stone head, you can just pop it off. Okay, so that's how you switch out the actual figure. It's just got a ball joint at the top there, hole in the head, kind of thing. But what's really cool about this, I'll show you guys, is that yes, you have the stone head, and if you noticed, there is something sticking out of its head. So if you don't know the movies for Daimajin, spoiler alert, I will discuss some of them. So if you don't want to hear any of this, unfortunately, you might want to earmuff yourself right now. But in the movie, they actually try and destroy Daimajin when he was a statue. So they put this huge chisel and they hammered it into his forehead, trying to break him. So what's really cool is that you can actually take this chisel out and have it. Okay. And then you can see the hole in his head. So in the film, he does wake up when they start chiseling this big old nail into his head, and that's kind of how he awakens. And then with that, it was with some evil warlords um, trying to kill, staged a coup for the royal family and everything, took over the castle, and basically just turned on them. So they were bad. One of the daughter for the ruler, I guess, of the castle, she prays to Daimajin, and he awakens to seek revenge for all the wrongdoings that the evil people did. So a little bit of backstory to it and why this is sticking in his head. So. All right, so as you can see, I popped his other head on. And of course, it's a face only a mother could love. That creepy, wicked looking face that he has. But I love it all so much because he's so menacing and just intense and fierce with it. It's crazy. And just the emotion the actor does with those eyes, man, with all the prosthetics on, it was amazing. It really was. It was also creepy. So yeah, so you got his normal head back on. Um, there is a lot of actual movement with his head. You can move him around pretty good. On the standard, you really couldn't, not as much. This one is actually very surprisingly movable and adjustable and stuff like that. So that's really nice because you can tilt his head different ways if you want him to look down and up and everything. And then, of course, with this one, you can take off his helmet like he did for the standard, and you can actually, um, in the back, like I said in the other video, there's little pegs that you can actually move his eyes and stuff like that, so you can have him seeing different directions. So yeah, so that is also in the standard also, but it is also with the RIC. So all right, and of course with his head, you can change out his arm, and he can actually hold the nail or the chisel that they try to put in his head. So you can actually take it out of the stone face and actually put it in his hand. They also do include a extra one where you can actually put it in his head with this kind of face. So he does still have the nail or the chisel in his head with this face also. So they actually do include that. I wasn't going to get it out because there are very little and little pieces for the plugs too. So I just wanted to be careful with it. Didn't want to lose anything. I have tried it myself and everything, so everything does fit and works. But I just figured this basically shows exactly what that could do also. So yeah, he can basically just fit that little chisel in his hand, and in the movie he uses it and he stabs the head bad guy with it and everything. So yeah, pretty cool. But yeah, that's one of them. All right, and another little accessory is the grappling hook that the soldiers threw at him to try and trip him or stop him or tie him up, which is really cool. You actually just unwind the rope and everything, and it acts as like the tether for the grappling hook. And so it's really cool because you can put it like on his armor, make it look like they're trying to grab him. You can put it on his hand, where it holds, anywhere on his body that it can kind of look like, they're trying to grab him. Even one in the film wraps around his head and everything and kind of grabs him, like that. So really cool, really neat. Kind of wish there was actually a couple more of these, honestly. There is only one in the box, so the only way to get another one is buy another one, I guess. I don't know, or buy it off of someone else that who doesn't want it, who knows. But yeah, there's only one, but I thought there would be a couple more of these just because they use like one for his arm, two arms, 2 feet, and one for on his neck. So that's five. But that's okay. You get the point. It's a cool little accessory. So that was really cool that they included that. And then of course you have the wonderful chains. So just like what they did for the grappling hook and stuff like that, they also had chains that they tried to stop him with and tie him up and everything. So you can actually just wrap these around his arms and everything. Maybe around his back, make them look like they're trying to wrap them up and everything. And I just think it looks really cool on them. Just adds to the character of the figure about awesomeness basically because it's just got some chains kind of drooping down on him and stuff, and he basically just kind of pulls everybody with him and stuff. It's really cool. They tethered him to like buildings and stuff, and he just kept walking, and he just tore the buildings down as he walked. So it was really cool. It was a really cool scene. So, but yeah, that's another accessory. And of course, one of my personal favorites, the sword. I just love this. Like I said, in the standard, the sword could come out, but you couldn't do anything with it, unfortunately. Now you can actually have the sword in his hand, which is really cool. And he actually uses this sword or knife in the third film, The Wrath of Daimajin. And yeah, I just love it. I just think it just adds so much to his character, and everything, and just makes him just more badass, and everything. And spoiler alert for the third film, he actually uses this for the first time. He doesn't use it in the first two films. He finally uses it in the third film, and he actually uses it to stab the leader of the bad guys. So that was pretty sweet. But yeah, I just love this. This is probably my favorite accessory. So, but yeah, that's another one. All right, and the final one that I'm going to show you guys, and this is a very unique one actually, and really cool, I think. So if you haven't seen the movies, this little character is in the third movie, The Wrath of Daimajin. Um, I'll give you a little close up on what it is. So basically, and what it is that it is a sculpt of a little boy. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about, but if you haven't, um, in The Wrath of Daimajin, the story um, is about a group of boys traveling over Daimajin's mountain to go and try to save their dads and brothers. And they travel through a perilous journey, to try to get to where they are, this slavery camp, and they just can't do it. And they're actually being hunted by some samurai. And this little boy, Shurukichi, believe, I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing it right, but Shurukichi is the boy's name. He actually asks the god Daimajin to help him, and he actually sacrifices himself to save his friends and everything, and his dad and their brothers. Daimajin hears the prayer, and he actually comes up from the ground, and he comes up from where Shurukichi actually fell, and he actually holds him in his hands exactly like this, and he actually lays him down, and the kid survives. He spares him, but it's enough to wake up Daimajin to go and seek revenge on the evil clan that's holding his family and friends and stuff like that. So I think this is super unique. I know a the 25 centimeter one of the releases had something kind of similar to this, where they had, I believe, in the from the first film, the girl who woke up Daimajin when she was on a cross. He could actually hold that cross with the woman, which is super unique and everything. But I just think this is really great. There's another release that has like a human accessory to it, which was Frankenstein. Actually, it had Frankenstein and Baragon, and the Rick actually version had Baragon with it, but it also had the little human from the film when he actually picks up him and lays him down, but he holds him in both his hands. So I just think it's really cool that when X Plus releases accessories like this with little humans in it, um, it's very unique, and it's great because it shows a scene from the movie that you can relate to and stuff. And as you can see, like I said, this is a boy, so you can actually see how big he is compared to Daimajin, because Daimajin's not huge. He's probably 25 feet high. He's not very tall, maybe 20. So he's not like a huge giant and everything, but he's big enough that in feudal Japan, he was something to be reckoned with. A giant stone god is walking towards you. You're not going to stand there, even though some try and everything. You're going to run away and stuff like that. And he does throughout the films. Gets like special powers and stuff like that that he control um, forms of weather and the earth and water and all this stuff. So um, it gets progressively more like supernatural, I guess, because he has those kind of powers and stuff like that. So, but they're all great movies. I highly recommend them. The scores from them are insane, and they're just a lot of fun. They really are. So, um, but yeah, this was a very unique accessory that I thought was really cool. So, definitely had to get it for that. So yeah, that's it, guys. Right here, right below me, you can kind of see all the accessories and stuff like that. And this is the reason why I really wanted to hunt down the RIC uh, version of him, because of all these accessories, all the different things you can do, different moments from a lot of the films you can recreate, and it's just all this kind of stuff really adds to the figure on how you can display him on your shelf and stuff like that. So yeah, this is exactly what I wanted. I was blown away with how much stuff was in here. Like I said, there's actually two more sets of hands, his right and his left hand, where they're actually more wide open, and everything, where it's like he can show like he's using his powers and everything. But I didn't want to get them out just because. So yeah, so a lot of good stuff for this. Highly recommend this figure. Highly recommend watching the movies, giving it a shot. And like I said before in my first video, if you haven't watched it and you watch this review, please go watch it. Give it a shot. See if you like it or not. It's different. It does have a giant stone god in it, but it also has good storytelling and stuff like that from feudal Japan. So if you're into that kind of stuff, samurais and everything, definitely right up your alley. So let me know what you think. So, but yeah, that'll do it for me, guys. Thanks for watching my second video for the 30 centimeter X Plus Daimajin figure. I'm glad I could do this a little bit different, just because I got a upgraded version of it, I think, personally. But yeah, so thanks for watching, and remember, over going up to 400 subscribers, I'm doing my next giveaway, and we are creeping. I think we're like just over 20 some left. So keep going, keep sharing, keep liking the videos. Everything helps. Thank you so much for all the support, guys, and continued support. And yeah, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get to 400. I know it. So we're gonna get there soon. So, but yeah, thanks for watching, and till next time, later.